stormy weather around this evening and overnight. Here, some of the gusts of wind just within the last 2 hours, nudging up towards the 80-mile-an-hour mark, mostly around exposed coastal and hilly areas. But even in some built-up areas and over some of the major roads and motorways, some pretty nasty conditions. The wind starting off south-southwesterly, but already now beginning to change to more of a westerly. There will be a slight easing of those strongest winds for a time overnight, but particularly in the far north and northwest of Scotland, it will remain really stormy with severe gales in places. Here's the culprit, a deep area of low pressure up to the north. This weather front here is also bringing a heavy region of rain sweeping its way in from the west. It is moving fairly quickly now, but even so it'll bring at least 2 or 3 hours of quite steady and heavy rainfall, tied in with the strong south to southwesterly winds, but mostly that will sweep out of the way by around midnight. After that, the wind's taking a little bit of a breather inland. The hills and coast still very windy though, and we'll still see plenty of showers, particularly across parts of Scotland, Northern Ireland, and towards the northwestern parts of England and Wales. And over the high ground in the north, it's still going to be cold enough for some sleet and snow, particularly over the mountains of Scotland. It could be really quite atrocious over the higher roads and passes. Temperatures for the most part staying above freezing, just a few well-sheltered spots in Scotland and maybe northeast England having some ice. Now, we've still got a lot of isobars showing, mainly from a southwesterly direction, the wind during Thursday, and bringing more cloud in from the Atlantic as well. Sheltered eastern and southern areas will be bright with some sunny spells, at least for a time. These more southeastern and southern counties of England will probably stay mainly dry and with at least a little brightness during the day. Otherwise, it's a matter of the cloud from the Atlantic rolling in, bringing more spells of rain and rather more in the way of showers, some of them on the heavy and prolonged side. The mildest weather in the south, and although it won't be as windy as today, there'll still be strong or gale force winds around. And still an unsettled and very windy theme to the weather throughout the end of the week and into the weekend. There will be some rain returning across Scotland and northern parts of England and Northern Ireland on Friday, then a rain belt heading southwards again on Saturday.